Hello and welcome to the Beginner's Tatting video series. Today I'm going to show needle tatters a little trick to the trade. Okay, we're going to do a Cluny. Okay, we're going to use the box loom. Alright, and we're using a needle today. Now, I don't know if the needle tatters have watched any of my shuttle tatting videos or not, but if you do, there's one on there called the Clever Cluny. Okay, and it shows how to wrap your hand for a Cluny loom. Okay, now that loom pertains to both shuttle and needle tatting. Now I'm going to show you the basics of wrapping your hand, but we're going to do the actual Cluny on the loom because I'm going to show you how to use this box loom. There is also a video how to make this box loom. Alright, so let's get on with it. For a Cluny, okay, Clunies usually come off of a ring or a chain. Okay, doesn't matter. What you want to do is, this is your ball thread, this is the thread going to your needle. Move the needle thread out of your way. Wrap your hand like this. You want to take the thread from the pinch all the way around your middle two fingers, up over the index finger, and right on top, dead center of that ring. Okay? Now, you're going to take this ball thread and you're going to, the needle thread will get out of the way. You're going to wrap it around that pinky. Okay? And once you wrap it around the pinky, bring it back up to the pinch, around to the middle finger, okay? And you're going to pull this off, this little loop, pull that off. Then wrap that ball thread around your pinky finger about 7 times, okay? And you want it real tight. You want this loom to be tight. Don't worry about this loop, okay? Loop's not a problem. It'll stay out of your way. Okay, the 3 threads you're going to work with are these 3 threads. This is your loom. And that is how you wrap your hand for a Cluny loom. Now, I don't do Clunies that way because I have arthritis in my hands really bad. And Clunies tend to aggravate that arthur. Okay? So I created this box loom based off of a video I seen by Edwidge Ronaldin, and it is a link underneath of Dagmar Pizzuto's video showing how to do the Cluny on a box loom. Well, I made my own box loom, and that's what I use to make my Clunies. So now I'm going to show you needle tatters how to use the box loom to make a Cluny. They're really simple for needle tatters. Again, we want to keep the needle thread to the back, out of our way. This is our ball thread. Our ball thread will thread across to that first set of beads, over to the last set of beads, down on top of our index finger, and right on top of that ring. Stick that ring finger in like this and bring the thread around it back up to the pinch on top of the ring or chain, whichever you're doing, straight up in between those beads, and just weave that ball thread on there till your loom is good and tight, and drop it down the back. Okay, that's all there is. Now, to get started, we get our needle. See our needle? We have a tail, I'm guesstimating about 8 inches, maybe 12. Okay, and what you want to do is start under this first thread, over the second thread, and under the last thread, and you're going to sew. Okay, I'm sorry my hand gets in the way, Try to make it better. Okay, and you're going to pull that till that loop disappears. All the way down. Snug it up. Use your needle for your little pick, crochet hook, whatever. Snug it up down there. Okay, now coming back, you're going to go over, under, and over. Okay, pull that thread through till that loop disappears. Alright, going back. And as needle tatters, you've got it made with the Cluny looms, because working with a needle and getting your stitches in is so much easier than a shuttle. But shuttle gives you more versatility. Now we're going to come back. We're going to go over, under, over till the loop disappears. Just keep doing that until you have the length of the Cluny that you want. Some people will use a pattern, paper pattern, and if I want my Clunies when I'm doing a project to be the same size, what I do, post-it notes. Perfect. Grab you some. They work great for tatting. Trust me on this. What I do is I take that post-it note, I put it behind the loom, stick it down there in that pinch where everything's gathered together, line up my leaf, and then I know how big my leaf is going to be as I'm tatting it. Okay, and what you want it to do is look like a leaf. Leaves start off with a point and end in a point. Okay, and you just keep weaving back and forth like that till you get your Cluny in. Okay, we're going to do a couple more runs, and then I'm going to close this Cluny instead of doing an entire Cluny, because we don't want to spend, 20 minutes on a video putting a Cluny in. Okay, but I want you to see, and I'm trying to get it to where I'm not blocking the shot. Sometimes that's hard, but you see how my Cluny is going out on both sides. Now we're going to start bringing it in. Clunies run left to right, right to left, excuse me, left to right. That is one round. Most Clunies are done in 3 or 4 rounds per section. Okay, per section is the bottom, the middle, and the top. And as you're doing it, you'll be real close, you'll go out like a leaf and back in. Okay, so let's start closing this leaf up and getting it ready to pull everything tight and together. Now, as you work your Cluny, you want to keep your finger on the topmost stitches so you can keep everything in place like you want it. Okay, I'm going to pull this paper out of my way so it makes it a little faster. Okay, we're going to pull this thing in as we go. Now, I haven't counted how many rounds I've made, okay, because this is not something I'm going to be keeping for future reference, but it's something for you guys. So I don't mind wasting the thread. It's teaching you all how to make, Clunies the easy way, easy peasy. And with this box loom, you can keep your tension so much better than with a hand loom. Okay, now we've pulled everything in. The Clunies come back in. You see my little Cluny leaf? Okay, and we've come out at the same point where we started. Okay, that's what we want. Now what you're going to do is remove this loop off of this side. Underneath your hand, you've still got that looped around your finger. You want to pull the side of the thread that starts closing that up to that stack of beads. Alright, once you get it pretty much closed, you can pull it off that stack, okay, and continue to pull it down. Alright. We get the right side of that so that it'll close that leaf up. Alright, once you get it down, then what you want to do is remove it from here. Okay? And you're going to pull it closed down here. So you want to find the side that will close it down here. See that loop? It's starting to come in. Now when the loop starts twisting, especially with tatting thread, this is crochet cotton, when the loop starts twisting, you want to keep it untwisted. It makes it more difficult to close, and you can slip your finger up in that loop as it's closing. So that's a little tidbit of info for you. Okay, now once you get the top closed, it's time to close the bottom loop. Keep your fingers in that loop and pull that ball thread. Okay, pull it till it closes that loop all the way. And then we have our little Cluny leaf. Then you can continue on with your pattern. Okay, say you were going to put a chain in. Okay, what you would want to do is knot off the Cluny leaf. Okay, rotate your work, turn your work. Rotate and turn are the same thing in needle tatting. Okay, lay your needle there, start putting your chain in. Okay, we're just going to do 6 stitches here. That's 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we're at that point. We're going to close off that chain and move on to the next element. Pull our thread through, tighten up our chain, and there we go. Got to put our knot in because we're needle tatting. We always make a knot after each element. Okay, and that's to hold our work in place. Once your knot's in, your chain's done, get everything fidgeted around, and you're ready to move on to your next element. Okay, so that's how you do it, needle tatters. Okay, get your Clunies in, practice them, but make sure you have a ring at the base to start with. Clunies are always attached to something at this end. Okay, if you have a hanging Cluny, you wouldn't have this chain coming off. I haven't done a video on hanging Clunies yet. It may be a while before I can do one on hanging Clunies, as I'm working on the project for Georgia. So as soon as Georgia's project, big project, is done and completed, I'll get back to videos for this group. And one of the first videos, as requested by Leona, is how to bling our shuttles. So even as a needle tatter, you may want to try shuttle tatting, and especially if you get to bling it and make it your own. But I'm going to show a technique that I discovered by freak occurrence on how to get a little bit of grip on them shuttles so they don't go flying so bad. So I'm going to show you all that when I get to that video. So until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Happy tatting, and thank you for watching.